Evening, guys. Just to give you a chance to get your stuff ready, or kind of just hunker down, sit down, and then we're going to get cracking. Tonight we're going to do a sausage and vegetable casserole. So a little bit different to what we've done the last couple of nights. Loads of different ways you could do this. We are going to use a big casserole pot. All right. You could literally bung all your ingredients in, get your liquids in, your sauce in, and just bang it in the oven. That will take quite a little bit longer. The harder kind of root vegetables like the carrots, sweet potato and the butternut squash will take a lot longer to cook that way. So what I'm going to do for the purpose of this demo, just to speed the process up a little bit, in a minute I'm going to chop up the root vegetables, I'm going to get the steamer going, alright? Then what we're going to do is brown off our sausages, our onion, our pepper, our garlic, etc. in the wok, right, and then we're going to combine everything all into our casserole pot and then pop that in the oven. So we'll do it in two parts. Right? I'll do all the prep stage, then we'll pop it in the oven. We'll have a little clear down. We'll write you the ingredients list and the method in that little break, and then we'll come back and then we'll do the presentation part after that. We are going to literally eat this out of a bowl tonight with a knife and fork or a spoon. Although you could, if you wanted to, you could do it. You could serve it with mashed potato. However, I just feel that I've got enough root vegetables and carbohydrates already going into this dish, so I don't feel the need to add more carbs to it. However, like I said, if you want to. If you're not being so health conscious, or you feel like you are burning those carbohydrates at the minute, I find...
Sorry about the person in the background.
I find, with the children in the background, I find that I'm not doing as much as I'm keeping up on with my exercise. I don't feel like my general NEAT, so my non-exercise activity thermogenesis, a very fancy way of saying what I generally go about my daily business, I'm not doing as much. So mums, I'm sure in the morning you're running around after the kids, you're getting them into the car, you're getting them to school, you're walking them to school. We're just not doing those simple things. Your simple daily stuff where you're going to and from work, all right? It's not happening, all right? Things are going live. Right guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some oil in the pan, I'm going to get the steamer on, going to get that nice and hot. Get the water bubbling away. Who's been out in the garden today? I've been out there.
Auntie Glor, she's watching.
Auntie Glor, she's been out in the garden now? It's been lovely, isn't it? That's one saving grace, I suppose, at the minute, that the weather has been nice. Guys, just gone with a bit of oil in there now. You might have noticed, I've just taken a little bit out. I'm just going to put enough oil in so the sausages don't stick. All right, because they're going to release a lot of their own oils. We all know that sausages are high in fat. So I'm going to just put enough oil in just to get them going, and then as those oils start coming out of the sausage, that's all good. Right, so let's go through the ingredients list. I'll go with the vegetables first. I've got a sweet potato, I've got a couple of carrots, I've got some butternut squash, okay, I've got pepper and onion, and I've got some celery, purely because I looked in the fridge and it's not been opened yet and we need to get that used, all right? I've been out to my tree and I've nicked a couple of bay leaves, so we've got a little bit of flavour going in there as well. So that's our veg side of it done, all right? Flavour-wise then, I've got paprika, I've got thyme, okay, I've got salt and pepper, I've got a chicken stock cube, you can use vegetable stock, you could use pork stock, I've got a tin of baked beans, I would normally do a little bit of red wine, but we're out of wet wine. So I'm using a little bit of mulled wine from leftover from Christmas. It's all about using things up, like I said the other day. I've got some garlic, I've got some whole grain mustard. This one's particularly, it's a Beast of Bodmin Moor, chili mustard, but any sort of mustard, whole grain mustard will be good. I've got my tin of tomatoes, that's gonna make up my sauce. And then I've got 2 packs of sausages. I've got some free-range pork sausages, and I've got some heck chicken sausages. So these will have a little bit more fat in them than these. These will be a lot leaner, so we're kind of hitting that balance. Sausages. Just go for decent quality sausages, guys. Wall sausages, things like that, they're not the best. I don't know how much pork you're actually going to get out of them. Right, that was starting to bubble up, as you can probably hear. Let's get the vegetables chopped. So as we've been doing the last couple of nights, as we've been doing the last couple of nights, what we're going to keep doing is making sure that our vegetables are all a similar size. Okay? If we have massive bits of vegetable and then small bits of vegetable, they just won't cook at a similar size. So you see the kind of size I'm going for there, that right thumb size. If you're looking at that thinking not my thumb size, well look at those. That is my thumb size. Okay, so that's going to go in. So just 1, 2, 3, and then I'm just 1, 2, 3, just chopping it down, similar size again. Pop it in. Same with the carrots. I don't need to go down through the carrots, so that I can just do those in rings. Keeping them all a similar size. So I'm going a little bit thinner as I get to the top because they're getting thicker. Right, so 2 carrots in, and then I'm going to go. Keep that one on for a second. I'm going to go butternut squash next. Right, so I'm going to chop that one down through the middle. Says I didn't go down for the middle at all, did it? Kind of middle side. Okay, I'm going to take the guts out, take the seeds and whatnot out. You can use those, keep them, roast them, use them for lots of stuff, soups. Give them to the children. Tell them they go and plant them in the garden. They'll make butternut squash trees. Right, down through the middle. Okay, and again. Okay, and I'm going to try and go similar size to what I did with that potato just a minute ago. So these might need to be chopped up a little bit smaller. I'll have a clean up in a minute. Who joined us this morning for HIIT training? Any of you watching in, any of you tuning in that joined us this morning? I've had some really interesting pictures of different people's kettlebell improvisation, which has been entertaining. We've had paint tins, we've had
Plant pots.
Ryan Haxby, I've had all sorts of improvisation from his garage. What are people doing with their 1 hour out? What, people getting out and getting some sunshine, getting some fresh air? Tell us what you're doing.
We've got Stu from Callington, Amir from Malaysia.
Malaysia?
Yeah.
Lovely. Malaysia's a new one. We haven't had anyone from Malaysia yet.
Scott and Trish Brown from Scarred.
Scott and Trish Brown from Scarred. They got internet down there now. Yeah. How are you, mother? You alright?
Lee Couch.
Cooch. Why, hey man, how's it going up in your nose? That was a really bad Geordie accent, isn't it? Sorry mate, I won't do that again.
Natalie Payne says the HIIT session was really good, her first one.
Yeah.
She's a bit sore.
Good stuff. But we'll be doing we're doing the family one tomorrow morning, which is always entertaining. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah, so family group HIIT training tomorrow morning. No kit required. Just get yourself a little bit of floor in your lounge or wherever. Got a little bit of space.
Auntie Glor wants to know if you're trying to kill her with the HIIT training.
Yeah. If coronavirus don't get you Auntie Glor, I will. Right. So, for those of you that have been following the last couple of nights, I'm not quite going to dice the onion tonight. It's going to be a little bit more size to it. Here I've already chopped up a little bit. So it's going to peel that. Get rid of that. Okay. So we're going to go with the full onion. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, there. So we're going to get 3 bits out of it. It doesn't need to be as diced as what we did when we did our curries and whatnot. Alright, let's do my other half and then we're going to get those sausages going.
Your mum's saying, all good, looking forward to the family class in the morning. Your sister and her kids are joining in too.
Ah, good.
Matt Harry's watching.
How weird. Good stuff. I bet he wishes he was still in Norway or somewhere that's not quite as naff of our situation at the minute. Right, guys, what I'm going to do. Chicken sausages. Okay, I'm going to cut them down through the middle, okay? There we go, they're going in. Woo! Down through the middle. Right, and this is just to give them some browning. If you put them straight into the pot, straight into a casserole pot, you won't get any of that nice colouring on them. Okay, so these are little, I'm not going to cut these in half, guys, because they're already, you can see, already fairly small. So all I'm going to do with those is take the bit out. Well, they will take a little bit longer to cook than the chicken ones, but they will finish all that off in the big pot in the oven. Cool, cool. So as soon as we start getting a bit of colour onto that, you don't need a, I don't think no one's interested in the vegetables steaming. As soon as we get a bit of colour on these though, let's turn that heat back up. That's when my onion and my pepper and my garlic and that will all go in. Like I said, if you just pop these straight into the pot and cook it all off in the oven, they'll cook, right? But they will just look very kind of, well, that colour still. Yeah, you're not going to get that nice kind of browning sealed colour on them. Okay, so that's working away. Right, so let's just give. I'm not going to 2 seconds. Right, once we get the onion in, I'll give the board a quick clean down. I'll give the knife a quick clean down. Then we'll get our pepper and that going. All right, and I've got a little bit of chorizo there to go in as well. So I'm just going to get rid of some of my crap. Yeah, so tomorrow, like I said, 9:30 for that hit session in the morning with the kids. Out in the garden again, I believe the weather's going to be good. Like I said, you don't need to if you haven't got garden space. You can join in from wherever. And if you haven't got kids, it's not just the children, guys. You know, you can join in just as adults. That's not weird. That's fine. Okay, so you can see there, look, we've just got a little bit of brown colour coming onto those sausages. Beautiful. And you can also see why I didn't put too much oil in that pan, right, because these are going to release plenty enough of their own oils, particularly the fat boys, yeah, the pork ones, not so much the chicken ones, they're quite lean.
You could also use vegetarian sausages.
Yeah, corn sausages if you'd like, yeah. There's lots of different variations of the sausage now, actually. Yeah. If you want to go that way, you could lose the sausages altogether. You could just literally do yourself a nice vegetable casserole, as I'm doing, you know, as I'm doing here. Cool, right. So pepper. So for those of you that have been following again last couple of nights, so all we're going to do with that one is take off the lid. Alright, and then we can just pop the green bit away so we get to use the full pepper. No need to lose any. Fingers in. Ooh, fingers in.
Natalie's asking if the hit session will be saved.
Yes, Natalie, yeah, good shout. Guys, if you can't follow any of this live, these live, if you can't follow the training live, they're all saved to the Facebook page, to the DB Fitness and Nutrition Facebook page.
Just click on videos.
Click on the videos, it'll be the most recent ones done. And then you can crack it again later on. In fact, we've had a few videos coming through to us from different people who've been doing them later on. Okay, so nice long fingers. Okay, and I'm just going to go similar size. Again, down through with those. Cool. Let's just get that stir around again. Let's get that onion. There we go. Nice and it's all brown off now. Just need to get that onion softened off now. You can see how the chicken sausages are cooking a little bit quicker than the pork sausages, obviously due to their size. Cool, so let's get the rest of this pepper done. So my 1 hour out today, I managed to nip over to the China Fleet Country Club and do a quick session in the gym, which is very lonely and quiet at the minute, obviously with no one being in. Whilst I have to pick up a bit more kit to keep you guys going with exercise. Last one tomorrow, and then it is fully closed down. First time I believe in almost 27 years, which I'm sure will be the same for a lot of different companies at the minute. Right, so pepper's gone in.
Kieran Hamley says, bloody handsome.
Bloody handsome. This is right up your street, Kieran, isn't it? Proper old sausage casserole, something like mother would have done. Oh, I'm losing onion. Right, what I'm going to do next, guys. Normally I'd use chorizo, but this was at hand, so I'm just going to go diagonals with this. Right, it's just a German cured sausage. Chorizo is what I would normally opt for. It just gives it loads of flavour. Right. Obviously, I don't need to really cook this. It's just going to go in the pot because it's already cooked. Oh, I missed.
How could you miss?
Oh, no. Okay. So nice diagonal lines. Again, similar sizes. I'm going to check my veg in a minute. Make sure I'm not softening it up too much. Okay, so I've got a nice bit of sausage gone in there. Okay, celery. Kate put up an interesting post the other day. A little bit further down our Facebook page if you want to look at all the benefits of celery. I know a lot of people find it quite dull, but there is actually lots of goodness to be had out of all these vegetables. Okay, so this one, let's just go for it. Ready? Not quite Japanese yet, but okay, celery going in. Okay, let's get some garlic in there. So a teaspoon of garlic going in. Lovely. Okay, let's get that nice stir around. Oh, have a look at that colour now. Lots of colours and that going on. Obviously we've got lots of orange going on in this pot, so I wanted to make sure we had some reds and greens going through it all as well. Cool, so we're getting a nice bit of colour on those sausages. Let's have a look at the veg. Oh, lovely, we're done. So our vegetables are done. So what we're going to do with that, we're going to keep that on the heat. Let's move it over there so you guys can see that a little bit easier. Let's bring this one over here. Okay, I'm going to get the big pot out that we were just talking about earlier on. So if you haven't got a big pot like that, guys, you can use a big saucepan, anything that you can pop in the oven. Right, so all I'm going to do there then, what's going on? My heat's gone out. Oh, and that's hot. Let's go vegetables in. Okay. Now, with that water that I've got there, right, there's no reason why we can't use that now for our stock cube. Right, because obviously that's got a lot of the goodness from those vegetables that we've just cooked. So we can pop our stock cube into there, right, and get a bit of a double hit on that. So let's just work that way. Let's just pop a few bits away, bring it all down here. Okay, so there in our pot that we've got all our orange vegetables or root vegetables that I popped on to steam earlier on. Like I said, I just did that to speed this process up. You could do this. You can do this in a slow cooker as well. You could just pop this on all into one pot in the casserole dish and just do it from there. Okay, so let's just stir through our stock. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. Okay.
I'm just laughing at the children trying to knock each other out outside the window.
Okay, so paprika. So look here. Paprika. Go about a tablespoon of paprika. He says. You can't get it out. I said out, not up. Okay. Wiggle that around, just get that paprika out of there. I've gone for a hot paprika, guys. You don't need to use a hot paprika, you can use a smoky paprika. There we go. Nice bit of flavour going in. Okay, let's go for some thyme, same amount of thyme. Not a tablespoon, guys, just a level one. Put some thyme going in there. Okay. I've got the salt out, however, I'm not going to use the salt, guys, because I've used a stock cube. The stock cubes are already quite salty, so you can go a little bit over the top with the whole salt situation, alright? So what have we got next? Let's go with some mustard. Tablespoon again. Whole grain mustard. A bit more flavour. Okay, then we're going to go tin tomatoes. That's going to go in our... Good evening.
What are we having?
Sausage casserole.
Oh
I don't know if that was approval or not. Just yeah.
I think he's hungry.
Hungry. He's always hungry. Okay. Tin tomatoes are going to go in there. Okay, and same with my stock. So you notice I used the water from the vegetables earlier on. Okay, that's going to go in there. Okay, we'll see in a minute whether I need to add more water to it or not. Basically, I want that pot, I want all the ingredients in that pot to be covered in water, so nothing's cooking away dry. Good, have a look in here again then guys, that's the paprika, that's the mustard, it's all given that nice coating, nice bit of flavour. Okay, give that a little bit longer. Right, so that one's done, they're done. We're going to go small glug of wine, or mulled wine in this case. Alright. You don't have to. Small glug. Small glug?
Yeah.
Kind of. Baked beans. You can use cannellini beans. You could use kidney beans. All sorts of beans. But this is kind of like a proper cowboys meal. Something they put over the.
Could you put
stove.
chickpeas in?
You could put chickpeas. That's a little bit more Moroccan.
Okay.
You could go with chickpeas. Guys, like I said the other day, at the minute. You've got chickpeas in your cupboard and you want to get them used, use them up. Right? No one can tell you, oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Tradition's out the window at the minute.
In answer to your question, yes, the recipe and the method will be posted shortly.
Yeah, what we'll do guys, as soon as we get this in the oven, we'll take a quick break and then we'll come back with part 2. I'll give you timings in a minute. And in that break, what I'll do is I'll write up the method and the ingredients list all in that time. So if you have a look in there, look, a nice bit of sauce going on. Right, let's give that a little taste. Yeah, cool. I can taste the red wine. The red wine that will cook off though, the alcohol on that, and that will cook off as it cooks away. Right, so last thing we're going to do then, get our main ingredient, get our sausages in there. That's looking really good. That smells really good. Just checking I haven't forgotten anything. Okay, no. Right guys, here then. Carefully as I can. Sausages in. I think liquid wise I might be alright. But simply, if you haven't got enough, just add a little bit more. So I had about 400ml of water there, of stock.
We've had a request.
Yes.
Can you be topless during part 2?
Who was that from? Can you not say?
Matt Howie.
Matt Howie. Matt, we'll see how long this lockdown's on for. I'm going to stay closed for a little while. But if I start getting bored, mate.
Anything could happen.
Anything could happen. It normally does. Right, let's push this all down a little bit. Yeah, so we are going to need a little bit of liquid, more liquid into that. Not a great deal. So I'm stirring that around, just making sure it's not all just the vegetables at the bottom. So I broke my lid on this pot. So what we're going to do in a minute is just tin foil it over. Oh, look at that, look. Like it was made to fit. Okay, so it's all in. Okay, I'm just going to go with a little bit of water. In fact, let's go with a little bit of hot water, pre-boiled the kettle. So guys, all I'm saying is you want that liquid, all right, to be up and around the top, otherwise it'll just be dry at the top, all right, and you want to keep it all nice and moist. Like that word. Right, tin foil on. Right guys, I'm going to pop that in the oven for half an hour. So at 7 o'clock, okay, we'll come back and we'll show you how it looks, present it up. So if you want to come back and join us at 7, please do. If not, guys, it'll be saved on the page anyway. All right. And in the meantime, we'll get that method up and we'll get all the ingredients up. See you at 7.